Cool. Okay, so mine is Hela Wolf, and my character. So we're both playing space scavengers aboard a small spaceship. So we have a spaceship. We haven't talked about it yet, and we'll talk about it later. Um, but my character Hela has Shadow of 3, Iron Heart of 2, and Edge and Wits of 1. Hela is a go-getter, and she wants what's due her, which is all the money in the universes, or at least this near solar system collection of planets and moons. My starting vows are I want to make sure that Kodroth meets an early end, and Kodroth is the person who was that the person who screwed over our parents?
Yep.
Yeah. It's the creditor that we owe our debt to. That was actually not even our debt, it's our
Oh yeah,
parents.
I mean, he did screw over our parents in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Just he's
And
not the one who like sold them out.
no, but we got screwed too because our parents had this debt, and then the debt got transferred to us
Yes.
because rude.
Interesting
And
how that works.
exactly. And Kodroth is a pirate bigwig, but he's bought his way onto the council, and he runs IO, or he's at least the regional council leader for IO out in Jupiter space. That's what we said.
Yeah.
And we know he's dying. He's suspicious and he's fervent, and he wants to resolve a dispute. Oh yes, they're trying to track down their heirs, like parentage or something, so that way
Yeah.
they can make sure that power passes to the heir and not the person that like their rival that they don't like.
Yeah.
Did we talk about a rival for this one? Was that Okoth Mura of the Space Whalers?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the person that you're in cahoots with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in cahoots, but I just want to kill Kodroth in some way.
Yeah.
Maybe not kill him, but
Make him.
arrange for him to be in an accident of which he might die.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the vow that we both share is we have been contracted by Asha Shea, and I think that's one of your contacts to
Mm-hmm.
acquire the veil, of which she is very interested in acquiring.
Yeah.
And you're doing this for access to cool stuff, and then I of course managed to tag on that we'd get paid by this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And then who did we con to give us a ship? Was that wasn't Griff, was it? No, that was just my bud. Or was it? Was it Griff that gave us the ship?
Don't we have that written down somewhere?
I think I'm looking at it in this on the Space Scavengers page. I just don't think I actually wrote down that he gave us the ship. Griff runs a totally off the books water and refueling station in orbit around Europa, uh,
Yeah.
and he wants to
That's
find
where we
redemption.
got the ship because that's
Hmm.
how he kind of felt like he was paying
Yeah,
back for turning on our parents.
yeah. Although he still wants payment.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but not as much as it would have been.
Yes. So fronted us a crappy ship.
Mm.
Expects payments for it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we got it from Griff. But Asha Shea is our contact, or is your contact.
Yeah.
And she's also on the Jupiter Regional Council,
That
but she's
is.
for Callisto. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then Hela's assets. She has Path Fortune Hunter. When you swear an iron vow to a character or faction under the promise of payment, add +1. And when you successfully fulfill your vow to them, take plus wealth equal to the rank of the quest. If you then leverage wealth when making a move where resources are a factor, add plus wealth and suffer or add plus wealth and suffer mine as well. So I can use money to make my rolls better, where it makes
Nice.
sense. And then I have a combat talent Ironclad. If you wear armor, when you equip or adjust your armor, choose one. I can either be lightly armored or geared for war, and those have different things that they give me. And I also have a ritual shadow walk. So this is in the fiction, this is part of my armor, and my armor is the artifact that I found. And the shadow walk part of the armor lets me cloak myself with the gossamer veil of the shadow realms, and I can roll plus shadow. And on a strong hit, I take plus one momentum, and then I can re-roll any die one time when I make a move where I'm ambushing, hiding, or sneaking. And on a weak hit, I still get to do it, but the shadows try to lead me astray, and I have to face danger.
And your armor is, or the artifact that you found is a belt, right?
It's a belt, yeah. It's a belt that it then turns into like a suit of like EVA armor. It's like an EVA
Uh-huh.
suit, and then I can adjust it. That's the part of the ironclad that I'm combining with it. So I can jack it up to make it more armored, like for battle. They're both for battle, but one protects me a little more than the other one does. But I had an idea as well, and my idea was as one more thing on top of it, because I was trying to think, why would Hela want this, or why is it interesting to her, and why
Mhm.
wouldn't she just sell it? Because Hela's all about, hey, this is something I could totally sell. Like it's handy and all, and I like being handy, but I could probably sell this for a lot of money. So the reason why Hela kept it is because Hela is a paraplegic, so her legs don't work. She's been this way since she was born. Um, and it's not that it's less of a problem when you're in space for 0G, but it's still challenging. Having two deadweight legs that are going around is problematic at best.
Yeah.
But having the suit lets me use them, so it's almost like an exosuit as well. When I have it activated, so I can still use I can use my legs. Um, but it only functions really well in space. So if I ever go down to like a major planet or a moon that has a lot of gravity, even with the armor, I'd still have to go in with a wheelchair or something. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah. I'm not going to carry you around like a backpack.
hell no, that's ridiculous. Can't do that. Hella would not have it.
No.
Absolutely beneath her. Okay, cool. That's Hella. How about you, Persephone?
All right. Persephone is the older sister.
Thanks for reminding.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Always.
Older, more wise.
Of
Uh,
course. In this case,
have
absolutely 100% true.
Yeah.
hmm
Have one edge, two iron, two heart, one shadow, and three wits.
Hmm.
Let's see. For Kodroth, in that whole situation, I'm actually
hmm
trying to
hmm
find his heir and the, I don't know, proof
Yeah.
of relations.
Yeah. You're trying to be helpful.
I am,
That's cool.
because that's what's going to get us out of this thing. So that's what I'm going to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm the one who got our contact with um,
Asha.
Tasha
hmm
to find the veil. So, like, I got us our first job pretty much. Although we already have rivals. I find that so interesting.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our
I
Kuron and Kano, the space snakes.
Yeah,
I like
the
it.
space.
I
They're
like it.
brothers.
hmm
We got to prove that we're better.
That's right.
So I'm an improviser. When you check your gear, you may roll plus wits instead of plus supply. If you do, envision how you make do with a clever solution and take plus one momentum on a hit.
That's cool. And by the way, so that one, this is related to a new move in Delve
Mm.
called check your gear. And what check your gear does, and normally in Ironsworn, you're up front with what you have, and if you
Mm-hmm.
have it, you have it, and if you don't, then you don't, or you make it so that it's like, yeah, it makes sense that I would. But with check your gear, if you ever need something specific, like man, it'd be great if I had this on me right now, you can roll your supply. But in your case, you get to roll your wits, which is nice.
I can MacGyver the shit out of it.
Yeah, yeah. You can always roll your supply if you want to, but if we find ourselves low on supply, you can always roll your wits if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is handy.
cool.
Yeah.
Then I have two rituals. The first
hmm
of which is talisman, where I fashion a charm, envision it, and name the specific person or creature it protects against,
hmm
and then I roll plus wits. On a strong hit, when the wearer opposes the target through a move, add +2. If it's a 1, or if a 1 is rolled, the action die on the action die. Wow, I can read tonight. While making a move using the charm, the magic is spent. On a weak hit, as above, but the wearer adds +1 when making a move instead of +2.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my button maker.
Mm-hmm.
So I make cool buttons. I'm a little bit of an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other ritual is sway, which is how we got our first job. Was
Mm-hmm.
I used this? But when I speak a person's name 3 times to the wind, and roll wits. On a strong hit, the wind whispers of this person's need.
Mm-hmm.
Envision what you hear. If you use this information or fulfill this need when you compel them, you may re-roll any dice, 1 time only. On a weak hit, as above, but this person's needs create a troubling dilemma or complication
Mm.
and endure stress.
I like it. I
So
like it. Cool.
super fun.
Okay. Yeah, and we have our first contract. So I was gonna ask. So there's a couple things that are left
But I
unsaid. Yeah, go ahead.
out Baku, my space
The
whale, buddy.
space whale. What do you want to do with Baku the space whale?
Yeah, because you already kind of covered Asha Shea
Mm-hmm.
and Kairoth,
Yeah.
but Baku the space whale,
Mm-hmm.
he is angry, obsessed, and generous.
Mm.
And so I have the hearing aid, which is how I use my sway. And I speak into the wind and then I hear it back. But I've
Mm-hmm.
been hearing other things too from Baku the space whale. And he needs me to travel to a hidden place where they cannot go,
Mm-hmm.
where something more dangerous is revealed.
Super bad is there. Baku's
Yeah,
like, hey,
there's
why don't
something
why don't
bad
you
there.
bounce
You
out
can't
there? That'd be
go.
great. You should
But
totally go
Baku
out there.
do it.
Yeah.
And they promise to teach me.
I like it.
Yeah. So that's Baku, space
Yeah.
whale.
There was one other thing I was thinking about too for Griff. I know originally I was mentioning this could be one of Hela's on again off again. I don't want to call him a boy toy because he's definitely older. Instead, I'm gonna go the route because the whole thing of like, oh yeah, he helped our parents and he was kind of this maybe figure that we would have run across. That just kind of seems creepy to me. So instead, I'm gonna go with like kindly uncle, or Hella at least sees him kind of as a kindly uncle. He's
Yeah.
probably, I mean, whether he is or not, I don't know. But probably one of the few people that the Hella actually trusts, other than Persephone, that Hella's like, yeah, you know what, you're cool. Cool. Okie dokes. So I had an idea. Um, that what we could do is, well, there's 2 ideas I had. Idea number one, we can just we can do the no shit there I was, and we can just be at at the actual place that we're going to be doing our job at.
Solid.
Um, or we can do the travel move that takes us there, and if we want to have like if we want to pick up any other jobs before we bounce out to do this one, because we're going out. But Hella was thinking about this before we would roll to talk to Persephone and be like, hey. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let's just have this conversation real quick. Hey, Persephone. So here's what I'm thinking. Like, we have this job for Asha, which is cool and all, but this strikes me as the kind of thing that's going to take some time to go through. So it might be good for us to take like a smaller gig as well before we head out. It might be, see if anybody else is looking for something on the same ship that we're going to. It's a big place. Maybe we can take something else, make a little more money as well.
Do you have any leads on that?
Oh, I'm sure I could drum some up.
Hmm.
It doesn't
I mean,
have to be. It doesn't have to be something specific. Maybe somebody's just looking for a set of some things. We're going to be salvaging a ship. It could be good. If they're looking for some pieces of equipment, or if they're looking for certain tech or whatever.
so do we have someone we work with who is going to help us sell some of the stuff that we find? Or are we on the lookout for that?
No, well, I mean, we have Griff, and Griff is in an off the book station, and I figure like he is. I don't want to call him like a fence, but he's definitely a ne'er do well. But I think we would probably need like if it would probably do us well to actually get a mover, like some kind of a fence that we could sell this stuff to.
Mm-hmm.
Like Griff could probably do it in a pinch, but I think you're right. It might do us well to just to make contact with somebody. Do you want to see if we can both get a job for a thing and also find a fence at the same time?
So I'm wondering if we would need to get a job for a thing, or if we just keep our eyes open for useful things that might be out there.
If
I'm
we can,
imagining if we spent any amount of time with Griff, that we know a bit about like spaceships and what people want and
mhm.
what's useful.
Yeah, we can get stuff. The only thing I think the big thing here is that with the Ironsworn mechanics, they're bigger on like doing things up front to say
Uh,
because you know it's mostly around the swear and iron vow kind of a thing, and I
yeah,
think that would make sense in our because in our fiction for our world, you know, we had those little iron, you know, like our iron job tokens, and we gave one to Asha because this was part of our contract to say we are taking this job, this is our thing, we will receive payment for it. You know, we had to be approved as a writ, you know, with a writ of salvage, and so we probably only have like a limited amount of these, you know, contract tokens too, so that you don't
yeah.
just
Well,
give out
and
like
that's
crazy.
how we got our
Hmm.
contract
Yep.
token. So she's kind of like holding on to it for
Hmm.
us, and we're not actually going to get it unless we can get her this veil thing.
Hmm. But hey, but there's nothing that says that we can't take a side job. Now, I know, sure, it's not
It's not.
exactly legal,
Mm,
but I mean, just look at this. Look at. I'll probably turn to the ship and like kick it, and probably something falls off. Like, look at this thing. It needs some love. It needs some love, and
mm.
we need some money to get us off on this grand adventure.
I mean, I don't like the idea, but
We'll be quiet about it, and we won't do it with Asha. This is why I think somebody like Griff would be great. Or I bet Griff knows somebody that you know knows a guy that knows a lady that knows a guy that knows a cousin's third uncle's brother's roommate that we
as long
can
as
get a
it
hold
doesn't
of.
try to set me up on another date,
No,
because that was just awkward last time.
I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. It'll work out great, like it always does. Cool. Okay. So, by the way, where are we right now? So I know we said Jupiter, and so
Mhm.
that would leave us around. I love how you can just boom on the screen here. Yeah. So we're probably wherever Asha is since we just took the job, and so she's on the Jupiter Regional Council for. She's a council member for Callisto. So
Yeah.
we're probably just on Callisto right now, or like at a station that's around Callisto or something. Probably that.
Well, wouldn't she be wherever the council is?
Hmm. I don't know if they have like a central, like I'm always here in this
Uh,
one spot, or maybe they're just like you know
they just
they'll gather when they need to. Yeah, yeah.
they're never actually in the same room at the same time. It's just like this virtual space.
I mean, they could be on the same place. Like if it's for important meetings, then they'd come together and they'd you know they'd all get together and do the thing. But I'd imagine they probably go back home to their constituents,
Yeah.
you know, from times to times.
Yeah. Then I would guess we'd be on Ganymede or thereabouts.
Okay, or you mean Callisto?
Callisto! It's
Cause
right next to Ganymede.
it's right there. It's I mean, just look at this map. This is to
It's like an
scale.
inch away. It's an
This
inch
is
away.
this is like super small. This is it's like yeah, hop skipping it. You could throw a rock at it and you're right there.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do this. Let's put a little let's put a little dot here. Let's see how do you make a dot? I want to make a dot. Oh, that's a very dark dot. Let's make that a slightly there we are. Look at that.
Ooh, that's a line. That's not a dot.
It looks like a dot on mine.
Oh, interesting. It looks like a line on mine.
Really? How far does it go?
It's about the same diameter, like the same length as Callisto's
Oh,
diameter.
okay.
Diameter.
It kind of looks like a dot
Yeah.
on mine. Are you zoomed in? Are you zoomed in on it? Let me see if I zoom in.
I mean, I do have the giant 70-inch TV, so
Well, maybe that's it. So you're seeing it in monster view.
yes. That's why I keep looking up every time, because
Gotcha.
screen of
That's
massiveness.
cool. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and plop it. We're gonna take yellow, and I'm gonna do a little righty in here. And this is what's the name of this place?
You mean whatever the
Like the station name,
oh, is it a station or is it
or is it like the colony itself?
colony?
It could be a colony.
I would think some places as large as Callisto would have colonies.
I'm sure they would.
Hmm.
Okay. Do we want to? You know what? Let's go to the oracles. Hold on a second. We got them right here in their characters now. Let's go.
I know. I was looking at that earlier. That's really
So
cool.
cool. Okay, let's
Location.
see. Yeah, let's do what is it? Settlement? Quick settlement
So
name? I think it's a quick. Yeah, the settlement name like asks you a bunch of questions, but you can just click on the quick settlement name, and I think that'll just give you one.
ah,
Otherwise, it can just be like, oh, hey, think about this. What does it mean? What does it?
whoa! This is showing up as something totally different on mine though.
What do you mean?
Like 1 to 15 is a feature of the landscape. Envision what it is, what makes it unusual or distinctive.
Hmm.
Like they're all questions.
So did you see mine? I just rolled the quick settlement name oracle.
Do the quick one.
Right underneath settlement name, there's one for quick settlement
Uh,
name. So I rolled that one and it came up as Thorn Hope and Lost Bridge. I like yours better. Lost Bridge sounds cooler.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start. Let's come back over here. Minimize this. Get this out of the way. Okay, so let's come in here, and this is gonna be Lost Bridge. Oh my, what happened? There we go. Boom. Make that a little smaller. Okay, so Lost Bridge is a colony on Callisto.
Yes.
Okay, well in that case, I'm just gonna delete that line that you see, and we'll just put for right now. I'll just put it right there. Boom. And then on our document, I'll go ahead and put in. This is locations, right? Yeah. Okay, colonies, and then Lost Bridge. This is Callisto. Cool. Okay, cool. Okay, so we'd roll into Lost Bridge or we'd be on Lost Bridge in Callisto. So actually, Hela wouldn't kick the ship. Hela would have like hit the ship with a crowbar, because
Ah,
I'm in my wheelchair, and I'm already envisioning uh, this is not handicap friendly
yeah.
territory.
They don't have ADA regulations
I
out
am
this far.
I'm super not happy about being here. By the way, I'm like, yeah, we could have just met on the fucking this the station. Or but that'd have been better. But hey, no, it's okay. It's okay, big sis. We're here. We're doing a thing.
Hey, I got us that one job.
Yes, you did. Well, you're gonna have to get us the contact too, because
Yay.
I can't roll in there. This place is not it's not ADA compliant. Okay, so
Well,
it's
but I'm envisioning that there's not just the one colony on Pluto, and there might actually be stations above it as well.
oh absolutely yeah, yeah. But this is just where
And
we're
maybe
at
the
right now.
stations is more where you
I'm sure
the
you
less
probably could.
legal activities.
I'm sure you probably could. I'm sure you probably
So maybe
could.
we want to make our way up to the station.
Yeah, yeah, we can do that. But let's do this. Let's pop over to the moves. These are the new delve moves, and we're gonna find. Actually, this isn't a delve move. This is a Starforge move, because we are
You?
trying to make a connection. So we're trying. So on
Uh,
make a connection, you roll your rep. So when
we
you
have.
seek, go ahead.
We don't have any, do we?
That's right. So, so when you seek to make a connection within a place, community, or faction, choose their role. So in this case, we're trying to find a patron because we're trying to find Um, someone we can swear an iron vow to. In this case, it's less so a patron. It's more we're just gonna call it a fence. We're gonna find we're being very specific about this particular person that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna have you roll our rep, which is a 0.
Sweet. Where do I do that?
If you want, you can. Let's see here. You don't have any. Oh, you know what you can do? You can just go to your character sheet and roll one of your one stats, and then when the modifier thing pops up, just do a -1 on it.
A -1?
A -1 because we're gonna be at 0. So roll like your edge, and then when asked for the modifier, just do a -1,
Yeah, I'm
and we'll see.
clicking on it, but it's not coming up.
Try closing your sheet out again and popping it back open. See if that does it.
Oh, there, because it was behind me,
Oh.
or at least that. Okay. Technical difficulties.
You got it. And so this would be Persephone trying to make a
For some reason,
contact.
it popped it up behind this the character sheet, so I didn't see it. So modifiers -1.
Mm-hmm.
Submit.
Okay. A weak hit. That's not bad. Okay. So in this case, a weak hit on make a connection is going to be it's as above. So it's as a strong hit. You establish a connection, give them a name and a rank. So the rank is going to determine um, how established, powerful, connected they are.
Okay.
Um, and then envision your interaction. And as long as you maintain the relationship on good terms, you may add +1 when you leverage your connection to make the associated move. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's handy. Okay, so so in this case, like whenever we swear an iron vow to go and get a thing that they need, then we're going to be able to get jobs easier from this person. That's good. Okay, but on a
Cool.
weak hit, the connection comes with a complication or a cost. So envision
Of
what they
course it
reveal
does.
or demand of you. That's awesome. Okay.
Hmm.
So a name and a rank. So I figure for individuals, we can probably keep their rank near the bottom. So troublesome, was it troublesome, dangerous, or or formidable? And then groups or like associations, you'd probably that's when you go up to the higher levels, for
Like
example.
guilds or gangs.
Mm-hmm. There you go. I mean, you could probably still have a gang that's a troublesome gang, and so they're not really all that awesome.
Man.
Okay.
Shall I roll for a name?
Yeah, let's roll for a name. Parcel.
Oh.
I like it. Cool. Okay, so we have Parcel, and Parcel is our fixer. Fixer. And is he going to be on this colony? This lost bridge. Is that what it's called?
Um,
Lost bridge.
no, I'm imagining he's on one of the stations above Callisto.
Okay. Okay. On a station above Callisto. Okay. We go to him for jobs on the side to sell off um, to sell goods off the books.
Yes.
Okay. Okie dokes. And then as far as the complication is concerned, do we want this to be that like at least for now, until later, maybe until we establish ourselves, that he wants dealings with us up front. So he'll tell us what he wants him to go and get, kind of a thing.
Okay. And like our ongoing relationship is dependent on our ability to
to get
get
those
what he
things
requests.
and be quiet about it. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm. I dig that. Okay, yeah. So we would let him know that we're going to be on, or we're going to be going to this ship,
Mm-hmm.
this
Derelict.
derelict ship. And and we're gonna be looking for some things. And so while we're there, do you need anything? And so it sounds like the answer is yes. And what exactly does he need? Are we gonna keep it simple for now? He needs a box of widgets, of space
Sure.
widgets.
Space widgets.
He
You
needs a
know, it
box.
starts small with building trust in a relationship.
Exactly. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have a name for our derelict ship that we're going after?
We don't. Do you want to roll for one?
I will.
The Vuksha. So that's the ship we're going after. Is it nearby? Is it like in some kind of like, you know, it's an orbit around Jupiter or something, just parked there?
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm imagining it's maybe it got a little too close. So maybe it's actually within Jupiter,
Oh my,
like within the gas clouds, and that's part of why nobody wants to go.
I like it. Yeah, because we wouldn't want this to be easy or anything. We can't have that.
No.
That would be right out. Just move that guy right there. Let's throw in some text and have this be the Vuksha. Dig it. Boom.
Boom.
Cool. That's what we're going after, and we're going after for a box of widgets. Um,
And the
what's that?
and the veil.
And the veil. Yeah. So if you're cool with it, I will make the swear and iron vow. Um, oh, I think we're both making the swear. We're both swearing the iron vow that we're both going to do this thing. That's like part of our shtick, is that when we say we're
Yeah,
going to get it, we're both saying we're going to get it.
we're in this
We're
together.
in this together. Okay. So we both need to make a roll for swear and iron vow. So this is going to be. It's been a while since we've done this. Let me
Which one is it? Oh,
find.
it's under moves.
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to. I'm looking up the move too, so I can see what actually happens here. Swear an iron vow. You get to roll your heart, and if you make it to a community with whom you share a bond, which in this case we do, you get to add +1.
Cool.
Okay. So we both get to roll heart and add a +1. Okay. It's a weak hit on mine. How about you?
Weak hit on mine.
Weak hit. It's a way to do it. Okay. Okay, and on a weak hit, you are determined, but begin your quest with more questions than answers. Like how big is this bag of widgets? Take
Yeah.
+1 momentum and envision what you have to do to find a path forward. I think we have a clear understanding of where we're gonna have to go, but we do have a lot of questions. We don't know how big this bag is, how many widgets are entailed.
I mean, widgets come in all sizes and
They
shapes.
really do, but we get an extra momentum, and I'll take it. Okay.
Hmm.
And then, oh, I forgot. Man, I'm forgetting my moves already. On my assets, I should have taken an extra +1 because I'm doing it under the promise of payment.
Oh,
And that actually would have bumped my action score up to a 7. So that would have given me a strong hit. So what happens on a strong hit? Let's take a look. I'm emboldened, and it's clear what you must do at what you must do next. And I had to take +2 momentum. Yeah, so you're like, oh hey, Persephone's trying to figure out like how many widgets? What are the kind of widgets? And I'm like, look, I know exactly what kind of widgets that Parcel's looking for.
yeah. Well, I'm like, but it's not an artifact. I know nothing about this. What are widgets?
Well, it's a
I'm not.
collection of doodads and hibits and bebops. So
This
yeah,
makes no sense.
don't worry about it. It's okay. I
If
know
it
I
was
know
a
what to look for.
button,
Exactly. Then you would know exactly what to do. Okay. Let's write down our vow. We are gonna find. We're contracted
Find a bag of
By
widgets for Parcel.
Parcel. To acquire a bag of widgets. Perfect. I feel like this is troublesome. I feel like this is a pretty easy one to do. We're not going to make a lot of money off of it, but it's a beginning. It's an opening job. It's to build trust and to
Yeah,
put a little coin in the pocket.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's get some. It's not rep that you get with someone, but
It's influence. So over time, you'll be able to like the more jobs and stuff we do with, in this case, Parcel, we'll put a tracker on there. So actually, under our progress, is it progress?
mhm.
Yeah, it's progress. You can add a new progress, and you can just put in contact Parcel. Parcel of Callisto. Parcel the Fixer. Parcel the Fixer. What rank is Parcel the Fixer? This guy doesn't seem very formidable or well connected or anything really.
Yeah, so he
Asking
probably
for a bag of widgets.
troublesome.
Probably troublesome. Okay, cool. Yeah. So it'll be easy for us to, whenever we do a thing, we get to mark progress on him,
Yeah.
and then at a point we can try to make a roll to move our friendship forward to make him a little stronger. But at the end of the day, he's still this troublesome little dude. So the
So it doesn't really do anything for a rep.
a little bit like we'll have rep with him and maybe some rep with like fixtures in general, which is not bad. And
Mhm.
then any business we do with Parcel in the future after we advance it will be easier and better, which is good. Nothing wrong with that. Cool. Okay. I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready to go.
Awesome.
Okay. So we're hopping in our ship, and one of the ideas that I had here is that since we don't know the name of our ship, hell, our ship may not even have a name. We just got it. It's a
No, no,
box.
no. Persephone would have named it.
Oh, really? Okay. So what's the name of our ship?
It's the pomegranate.
The palm. I like it. Okay. I like it. So we have the pomegranate. I almost want to put this on a progress tracker or something. Um, you know what? I'm gonna just because I can. Ship pomegranate. I love it. Our troublesome little ship. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have the pomegranate, and we're gonna be heading out to this junker, the Vushka, that's somehow parked in Jupiter's atmosphere, that's exciting. I'm super duper excited about that. Um,
Me
especially
too.
since that's gonna make Hela's life really difficult. So thanks for that, Persephone. Great
You know,
addition.
the gravity probably isn't that bad. It's mostly gas.
It's not that bad on Jupiter. How bad could it be? It's really not that bad. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Hmm. Well,
Yeah.
I hear those old ships are absolutely ADA compliant. They had to be. We'll just have to see just how well put together it is. I'm super excited for this. Our
Yeah.
first job
I
off.
might have to move things like out of the way
Hmm.
or just like
Hmm.
go and
Hmm.
look for things,
Hmm.
which considering that I don't really know what the widgets are that we're looking for,
Hmm.
that'll be interesting.
It'll be super exciting. I'm really looking forward to this. This should be great. Cool. Okay. So right off the bat, we need to make our travel roll. So in this case, we're flying our ship from Callisto to the Vuksha, and I mean we're all flying within the same location. I figure we'll do travel in this just like we did travel for Ironsworn. If it's a short range in the same kind of an area thing, that's probably troublesome. If we're going in between planets, that's probably what the next one up. If we're going in between two levels of planets, the next, et cetera,
Yeah.
to make it easy. Cool. Okay, so this is all you because you're our pilot. You're our navigator. You're our pilot. You've got this. And the idea I had
Yeah.
in mind is so on your sheet. Why don't you go ahead and pop open your character sheet, and then
Yep.
on progress you can add the travel because we're going to be traveling from Callisto to the Vushka. And since space is big and open, and there's not a lot of things in between, I figure one of the things that we can do, which could be cool, is normally in Ironsworn when you're making your journey rolls, you'd
Mhm.
normally you'd run into a waypoint like, oh, there's this path that we're going through, or there's the mountain, or we're going through this town or whatever. On in this, it'd be cool if there were like things that were going on in the ship. It's almost like vignettes on the
Ah,
ship, which is cool because then we could later on when we start picking up new crew, there could be interactions with the crew when problems
yeah,
come up or challenges. It can be things on the ship. Maybe if something really bad happens, there could still be an outside event that happens or something we have to deal with or whatever. But I figure it could be a cool way to flesh out our ship and our characters a bit more. That doesn't have
yeah,
to last too long. So
yeah. You used the last of the toilet paper, and you did not put a new roll in there.
life in space. We're learning about life in space. Okay.
No.
So in that case, why don't you go ahead and make the first roll for our first leg of our journey.
Is that undertake a journey
It would be take a journey.
under moves?
Mm-hmm. Undertake a journey. It is
All
troublesome.
right.
Not too bad.
Wit. Excellent. No modifiers.
Mm-mm.
I'm
Yes,
guessing.
yes, we're setting off from a community which we share a bond, but it doesn't matter because you're
Oh,
so
I
good.
didn't. Ooh,
Didn't even need it.
hey.
Didn't even need it. Cool. Yeah. So and strong hit. You reach a waypoint. We can talk about it, and you can either mark progress or you can move at speed, in which case you mark progress and you get to take a plus momentum, but we lose a supply. And this is one where if you do a weak hit, you still get to mark progress, but you always take -1 supply.
Ah.
So are we going to
And
be
so the
making
question is,
speed?
do we want?
Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't advance our journey any faster, but you get some momentum, which is always nice. Persephone's feeling good about herself. Or we can keep our supply,
Uh,
which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's up to you.
you know what? Let's live dangerously and go for the momentum.
I like it. Okay. In that case, let's go ahead and both reduce our supply by 1. Okay, but you get the extra momentum. Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Although
And
we know how important momentum is. So
yeah,
cool.
and hashtag travel.
And what's that?
And I added a hashtag to our travel.
You should add 3 hashes to our travel because this is a
Three hashes because
yeah
it's troublesome.
because it's
See, this is
just troublesome.
why I keep you around. You know all the things.
Yeah, we're remembering how to play the game again, which is thankfully pretty easy to do.
It hasn't been that long.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
So real quick, maybe this is Persephone taking a walk through the ship and just feeling so good about what we're doing. How big is this ship exactly? I figure we'll ask questions of the ship at least in the early stages.
Yeah.
Like how long does it take Persephone to walk end to end, feeling full of herself?
You know, I'm gonna say it's not a huge ship,
Hmm.
but it does have enough cargo space that we could carry salvage with us if needed.
Hmm.
So I don't know, maybe 5, 7 minutes from end to end.
Ooh, oh, so it's sizable then.
How is that? I don't know.
Yeah, 5 to 7
For
minutes.
spaceships,
That's true. It's all cramped and and gross and not maybe not gross, but it's definitely cramped.
but yeah, and I figure like she's going down stairwell through like little passages,
Hmm.
having
And
to
this
go
is
like around because it wasn't designed that great.
Yeah,
It's
and
one of
this is
those old
definitely a
model
sec.
ones.
Yeah, and this is a secondhand ship too, so it probably hasn't been cleared out all the way. There may be sections we still haven't even been aboard yet, but Griff told us, no, it's great, you'll love it. It's super awesome. It's quaint. It has
It's,
character.
it's exactly what you need.
It's it has the things that you need to get away from me and on your merry. Okay, I dig it. Okay, so we got our 3 progress. Why don't you go ahead and make our second leg of the journey?
All right. Man.
Did it roll?
No, I keep forgetting that it shows up behind.
What do you say behind?
Uh,
What do you mean?
so I had clicked on the character sheet to where it
Hmm.
became a second window.
Hmm.
And apparently when you do that, all of the pop-ups are for the original window.
Oh,
So if I
weird.
have my character sheet open, it's on the window in front of the other one where the little pop-up is.
Gotcha. Oh, so you
Yeah.
have yours open like multiple times then?
No, just the character sheet has
Hmm.
popped out as an extra window.
Oh, yeah, mine did too. Although it still works okay for when I'm clicking on it.
Yeah, weird.
Okay.
Modifiers, yes, no.
No modifiers.
No modifiers this time.
Nope,
I missed
straight
it.
up.
Weak hit.
We can't. So we still mark progress. We lose some supply. Yeah. So I have a good one. So Hela is quickly recognizing that, and this is some of our supply. I'm having to like install ramps and stuff as we're going through. It's not because I need them now. When we're just flying around in space, I can just sail through the tunnels. It's not a big deal. It's very easy to get around the ship in low gravity. Um, and you know what? Maybe that's a thing that we even do on our ships. Like you've gotten so used to me um, having a hard time getting
Mm-hmm.
around that we just like we haven't talked about if ships have artificial gravity, but if they do, ours don't, or like we just straight up turn them off because it's just more trouble than anything, which might like annoy people because they're so used to it, but we're just so used to not having them.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm building like access ramps and stuff in places where I know I might have to go when we do have gravity. So if we ever like when we're in Jupiter, I know I need access to the bridge. I need access to to the EVA, the airlock. I need access to all those things. So like you hear me banging away, getting things set up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're down to 3 supply now. Not even there. We're already down to 3 supply. I love it. So good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's great. You know what? We could probably resupply on the ship.
Absolutely. There's a lot of stuff
So
there. There's a lot of stuff there.
yeah,
It'll be fine.
it's fine. It's
It'll
fine.
be fine. We'll be totally fine. Okay, let's bring us home. Let's do it. So we're up to 6 now. We can probably do well with one more.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Move. Go. And I remember that it's on the other page.
Hmm.
There we go. Strong.
Nailing it. Do you want to take even more momentum and lose another supply? I mean, we're gonna be on the ship anyway, so you might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
use it.
Cool.
Use it.
Might as well, right?
That's right. Okay, so what are we down to now? We're down to 2.
Two.
We're fine. We're fine. It's not that big of a
What
deal.
time?
We're okay. We're that's not a problem at all.
We're up to 9. Shall I
Okay.
go ahead and roll?
Yeah, yeah, I think you should. Let's do it. Let's see what kind of state we're in when we get
Okay.
here. Always.
Weak hit.
Always. Okay, let's take a look here. So we reach your destination on a weak hit. You arrive, but you face an unforeseen hazard or complication. I have one in mind, but is there anything that jumps to you right off the bat?
Hazard or complication.
Hmm.
I don't have one that jumps right to mind.
So the one that I have in mind is that
So,
we
what's your idea?
we yeah, yeah, is that we get there and there's already a ship docked on the Vuksha, and we know, boy, you know
Does it have
what?
a snake on the side?
Is that a snake? Is that a double snake? That's like a double cross snake on the side of
Yeah.
that thing? Those sons of bitches got here before we did.
Maybe it's like an infinity sign, but it's supposed to be each
Hmm. Yeah, but it's a big ship. It's a big
other.
ship. There's another port over there. We'll get to that. There's tons of space. We'll just steer clear of them, and it'll be fine. It'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be just fine. No problems.
It doesn't make me happy.
Nope. Nope. And it doesn't mean that they're
No,
here for the same thing. Maybe they're not. We don't know.
they are our rivals.
It's
They're
highly
fighting the
likely.
whale.
It's highly likely they're here for the same thing, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see real quick. What I was gonna do is, okay, this is in documents. I forgot to upload the custom thing from last time, so I'm gonna grab it real quick. Let me go custom, custom, custom. Where's it at? Documents and domain Starship. Here we go. Yeah, I know what it looks like. I want you to upload it. Boom. Cool. Okay, so that's uploaded. What I'm going to do right quick, if you're cool with it, is I'm going to flip us to a new page. Boom. Does that change on your screen as well?
Nope.
How about now?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So we can use this space to start capturing our stuff. Like we know that we're going to have
Whoa. Whoa.
that.
Domain.
And do we want to? We talked earlier about having the roll off. Like 70% of the time, it's like the mundane, um, kind of a thing. Do you want to just give us a D100? So we'll do a 70, 20, 10. What do you got? Oh, a 71. Okay, awesome. Just bad right off the bat. So this is infested. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. You know what? It's good to start things off strong.
Yeah.
That's great. That's just that's just
That's the scores.
that's just great. That's That's awesome. I'm feeling super good about this.
Yeah. You know what? For a first job, this is like you couldn't ask for better.
This is a milk run. This is easy peasy.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Cool. I dig it. Okay, so let's refer to the delve move. So we're discovering a site. When you resolve to enter a perilous site in pursuit of an objective, we've already chose the theme and the domain, and then we're going to give it a rank. So how big is this thing? And remember, just because we're coming in here doesn't mean we have to fully explore all of it. We might we might find what we're looking for long before we complete the whole delve. And it's also possible that we may complete the whole delve and not have found the veil yet.
Anything.
Yeah. Or, well, we might have found some things, but maybe not everything that we need. So,
Mm.
because right now we know nothing about this veil. Asha just said like, "I need you to go find the veil." We're like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, uh-huh."
Yeah. So I'm imagining that the Vuksha is like some luxury liner
Ooh, I like it.
that fell into some sort of tragic demise.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like the Titanic of their time.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
So I mean, it's pretty big.
I like it. Okay, there we are. And can I still edit this if I can. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. Can you see that on there?
I can.
Boom. Okay. And let's go ahead and just establish how beefy this thing is. So I think we said, let me see if I can make this a little bigger. No, no, it just wants me to do it one line at a time. Fine. So is this gonna be like It's just going to be like formidable or something? Is it going to be sizable? It feels like it.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, I think formidable would be
Okay.
good.
I like it. Rank is
Are you
formidable.
going to keep the progress on this one?
Sure. Let me come
Or
over.
no,
What's up?
so do are we gonna have different progress lines for finding the veil and finding the widgets?
Yes, we are. So our on our character sheet, on the main character sheet listing, we have our vows. So we both should have the veil vow and we both should have the parcel vow.
Uh-huh.
And then we're also going to have, I'll track the progress, which is going to be the delve progress for exploring this ship.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have the delve. Delve the Vuksha. Okay, and this is going to be formidable, and this is going to determine how long it takes us to work our way through here. And what is our objective? So whenever you use delve, you say this is where we're going, and then you also say this is the thing that I want out of it. Where is it? We're in pursuit of an objective, so we want to locate the veil, right?
And the widgets.
Yeah, yeah. I think the
But
widgets. The what's that?
most of the veil, because that will get us
Yeah.
our our legit chip
Yeah, I
coin.
think the veil is a thing, or the widgets are a thing that we're gonna run across as we go through this. That's more generic. I
Yeah.
think our big objective is locate locate the veil.
And we still have no idea what this thing is.
No idea,
Yeah.
none whatsoever.
But
We
you know
should.
what? I know artifacts. I'm gonna know it when I see it.
That's perfect. At some point, we should probably like you know gather some information on this, but we'll get there. We'll get there. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. Okay. Cool. Okay. So, in this case, some of the domain stuff may be a little bit different. So you'll see here that I have like Starship, which is like cramp hallway, cargo hold, and maintenance access, control bridge, etc.
Yeah.
For a luxury liner, it might be a little bit different. Do we want to try to, at least for the features of the luxury liner, do we want to come up with a slightly different one?
Yeah.
I
I, it's a luxury liner. But you know what? It might depend on the ship level. Because if you're up in the passenger area, you're not going to have cramped hallways.
Oh, that's great. So we're docking at like, the crap end of this thing.
But if you're like in the underneath where they have the engines and it's all the maintenance
Mm-hmm.
servants, the people who work on the ship, then
Mm-hmm.
you'll have the cramped hallways and all of that.
Oh, I like that. So this is cool. So it's the Vulture. We're on their luxury liner, but where we're stopping is actually the underbelly, the lower decks.
Yeah, because the better place to board was already taken.
Mm-hmm. I like that. So this is the service mate and like budget. What do you call those? It's not budget. It's coach. Okay.
Yeah, like the third
For
class.
for lesser peoples. I like it. Okay. Cool. Okie dokes. So yeah. So I think we're ready to go. So if we pop back over to our delve moves, for formidable, we get to mark one progress per area. We're not returning to a previous explored site, so we're all good there. And then we get to delve the depths to explore the place. Cool. So when you traverse an area within a perilous site, envision your surroundings, ask the Oracle of Unsure, and then consider your approach. If you navigate the area with haste, stealth or trickery, or observation, intuition, or expertise. I like it. Okay. So let's see here. So I think we're gonna delve this place, and we're gonna open up with. Um, do you just want to do some observation and at least open this thing up with wits to start getting us through?
Sure.
Okay.
Is there a special roll for that, or I just roll my wits?
You're just gonna roll your wits.
Okay. No modifier.
Unless you have anything cool that gives you a modifier. So don't forget your assets in this case.
Yeah, I don't know that any of them would do.
Okay. Yeah, then just
Anything.
straight up.
Yeah. Weak hit.
There you go. Okay, so let's take a look here. For weak hit, roll on the following table according to your stat. So you're going wits, so give me a D100. Okay. And as you're doing that, so we're just docked at this place, and we're just accessing the airlock and just going into the first area. Yeah, 2, cool. So this gives us, here we are. Oh, awesome! Right off the bat, we get a mark progress and reveal a danger.
Ooh.
Okay, so this would be as we're coming into the first like hallway, um, just past the airlock. So let's go
So
ahead.
this is progress for the delve.
Yes, it is. So I'll go over to progress, and we get a
And
mark 1#.
question,
Hmm.
would we mark any progress on our iron vows just from making it to the ship?
Potentially. So it's whenever we feel like we've made progress. You know, like whenever
Yeah.
we feel like we've met a milestone that gets us there. So we're here at least. I think I'm on with you too. I think we should mark a progress. And in this case, since it's
But this
formidable,
joker across all that space,
I
and
know
we survived.
it was super scary. I was scared. Were you scared? I was scared.
I mean, I was driving, so not really,
Oh, okay.
but
That's why I was scared. Is because you were driving. Yeah. Okay. So we get to mark 1#. Since it's formidable, we only mark 1# of progress.
yeah.
Cool. I dig it. And then we need to find out what our danger is. Let's see here. So we are going to reveal a danger.
Ooh, is that another D100?
It is a D100. When you encounter a risky situation within a site, envision the danger. And I'm rolling in here with my wheelchair, by the way, my space wheelchair, my compact space wheelchair.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Compact.
Very
Does it
compact.
does it have like thrusters on it?
It does
Is
not
it
have
word?
It does not have thrusters. Yeah, this is. I only bring this on when I know that I'm in a gravity location. So yeah, was that 39 year roll?
Yeah.
Okay, we are gonna check the domain card. So right here on the domain, it'll tell us what was it, a
It's a
39?
39 automated security system.
Well, it makes sense that it would be right in the open here.